Welcome back to TBB. Well, Rimon Advisory is a Sydney-based consultancy working to commercialise the ideas and innovations of some of Australia's top entrepreneurs. It's just launched a brand new startup seed capital fund called Rimon Investments, which is backed by a prominent group of significant investors, big names from across the globe. It's looking for a dozen early-stage businesses to invest in over the next 2 years. And here to talk us through it is Lior Stein, the director. Lior, welcome to the program. Great to have you.
Dan, thank you for having me.
Can I start off by asking you, what is Rimon Investment all about?
Rimon Investment is part of a group called Rimon Advisory, and Rimon Advisory essentially assists entrepreneurs commercialize and grow their business. We started in the government funding space, helping companies get cash into their door that doesn't dilute their equity. We then grew into advisory, commercialization strategy, and a virtual management team, coming into your company once a month, once a week, whatever you need to avail you of the services required so you can grow your company. We then moved into the capital raising space. We prepared documentation. We help prepare you for pitch training, and we will introduce you to the right investors for your product. And now we have this new seed capital fund that you mentioned.
Yeah, so tell us about the new fund. Why is now the right time, and what prompted the launch?
So we had just raised the fund and made our first investment in Premonition, and we found that to be exactly what the country is all excited about. You know, Prime Minister Turnbull is all about innovation. We thought we want to be part of this journey, and we want the country to know about it.
So what are your investments with the fund? What are you looking for?
We're looking for 8 to 10 early stage. It could be pre-revenue. And we want to build relationships with our clients before and then investing in them. And we're looking for scalable technology that can capture a share of the market, and we want to be able to work with the people that we feel can actually take it to market.
Not easy to find, though, I guess you could say.
I don't know. I mean, we started the fund, we've invested in Brad, we've got 4 in the pipeline. I don't know if the community knows this, if the general community knows, but there are thousands upon thousands of people that have got the courage to start their own businesses. If you go into all the accelerating workspaces, it's amazing to see. You walk in and there's just a buzz. So there's a lot of talent available, and we are getting to know that talent.
And what's really interesting as well is that this fund is backed by a group of pretty significant global investors as well, some big names among them. Tell us who's backing it.
So I'll mention a few, but I mean, very well known is Brad Schofer, who co-founded MYOB, invested in GoGo and invested in Xero, and he wants to mentor. He put his hand up to be on the advisory board of Premonition, and he's availing them of his expertise. We've got also Michael Kaduri, who is situated in Israel. We've got Israeli, South African, and Australian investors, and he's in the angel and startup space in Israel, and he's been advising tech entrepreneurs for a very long time now, just to mention a few.
So when you all get together, what is the general consensus view? What makes a good investment? Because that also plays into what you're looking for, I guess.
Look, at the stage we're playing, we know that it's very risky. We need to appreciate the technology. Gary Shapiro, who's a co-director in Rimon Advisory and Rimon Investments, he's an engineer. He will understand in and out the technology, where at times we get told by our investees or our clients that you told that back to me better than I could have said it. So we'll understand the technology from a financial side. I'm a chartered accountant. We need to understand it's not what your finances are today, because you're very early. Where are you going, and are you going to be able to get that market share? And as I mentioned before, Gary calls it the integrity factor. Do you have that factor that we're going to be able to trust you? Because we don't want to control you. We want you to run your business, and can we trust you?
So how selective will you be in deploying that capital, and how much do you have to spend overall?
We've got $1 million. We set out to raise $1 million. We stopped it there for the moment. We can raise more once we get to the end. But we want to invest in 8 to 10 investments between 30 and 200. So the number of investments will depend on the number in each that we invest. And we want to take as many opportunities as possible to our investment committee, but they make the decisions. They've got the serious experience, and they'll decide who gets the money or not.
Tell us about Premonition as well, which is something you mentioned just before. Why did Premonition tick the boxes for you?
So Premonition, the software itself is cutting edge. It's made up of a team of superstars who understand and can create technology. So that was the first box. They're in the fleet and freight sector, which is ripe for something new, right? We felt that you can definitely make an impact in this area and get real market share. And the team themselves are just exceptionally honest people. You meet them down to earth, honest people that you want to work with, and that's why we wanted to invest in them.
So it seems like you're really on the front line of the government's, I guess, innovation agenda. What else are you doing to help startups to foster innovation in Australia? Because you do seem like you are at the front line of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, we call it on the ground level, so you call it on the front line. But the seed capital is the newest piece. But our company, Rimon Advisory, is there to provide the services around the entrepreneur so they can grow. I mean, I mentioned those services before, so I won't go into the details again. But an owner of a company needs to grow that company, needs to be the face of their company. They need to have trusted advisors around them to get the skills they need. And that's really what we do. We provide you with those skills.
Lior, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks so much again for joining us.
Thank you, Dan.